Hey, welcome to class. This is a short yoga for runners class, and you could do this after a run or on any day that you're not running to keep you supple. You might like to have a couple of bricks, and that's all. So let's get started. Good. So we'll start by taking the bricks either side of your mat at the top, and then come to all fours, so onto hands and knees. Wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, knees hip width apart. And then from here, take your hands one hand's length further forwards. Take your hips towards your wrists, and then take your hips around in some circles. Good. Changing directions, coming around the other way. Good. And then come back to center. Keep your hands where they are, and then drop your hips towards your wrists. Now press your hands into the ground and pull your chest up and away from the floor. So the hips are dropping forwards and down. If this feels at all uncomfortable for your lower back, scoop your lower tummy in more, lift the hips a little bit higher up off the floor. Good. And then pull the chest up and forwards. Good. Take a slow, steady breath. Good. And then scoop your lower tummy in and take your bottom back towards your heels to child's pose. Let your arms relax, let your head relax, and take a slow and steady breath. Good. And then come back to all fours and step your right foot forwards into a lunge position. Now take your hands down either to the floor or to bricks either side of that right leg, and straighten the right leg. Come up onto the right heel, so lift the toes, and then a couple of times on your own, replace the sole of the foot down and drop the hips forwards and down. And then pull the hips up and back again and re-straighten the legs. You're coming in and out of a lunge position a few times. Good. Now next time you straighten your right leg, keep it straight. So the right heel digs down, the toes flex towards the right shin. And then as the heel presses down, feel like you're squeezing the heel back towards the back of the mat without moving it. Meanwhile, pull the chest forwards and fold over that right leg. You might keep the hands high, or you might drop the hands a little bit lower, and take a few slow, steady breaths, feeling the sensations through the back of that right leg. Good. Stay there, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, start to rebend the right knee and take the sole of the right foot down. So just check here that the front shin is vertical. And then keeping your hands down, tuck your left toes under and lift the left knee. So you're in a lunge position with the back knee lifted. Good. Now shuffle the left foot a little bit further back to lengthen the stride, and then a few times lower the left knee and then re-lift it. And the knee might come all the way towards the floor, it might not. It might not touch it. Don't worry too much. Listen to your body. And if this feels uncomfortable for the back knee for whatever reason, then you can keep the legs static. Well done. Now next time you lift your knee, keep it lifted. Keep the left heel pressing towards the back of the mat, and then the left hand stays down either on a high brick or a low brick, or all the way on the floor. Now from here, turn your ribs to your right and reach the right arm up into a twist. Lovely. Stay there, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, lower your gaze, return your right hand back down, lower the left knee, slide your right leg back, And then we'll do the same thing on the second side. So the left foot steps forwards. And as the left foot comes forward, straighten the left leg. The hands are down either on the floor or on bricks. Good. And then a couple of times, return the sole of the left foot down and drop your hips forwards and down. And then pull the hips up and back again as you straighten the leg. Good. So you're coming in and out of that position a couple of times. Feeling the feeling of your hips. Well done. Good. And then next time you straighten the left leg, keep it straight. So the heel is down, the toes are up. The toes flex towards the shin. Now as the heel presses down, feel like you're squeezing the heel, trying to pull it back towards the back of the mat without moving it. And then fold over that left leg. You might drop the bricks down a level, you might take them away completely. Good. Take a couple of slow, steady breaths, feeling the feeling of that leg. Well done. Good. And then start to rebend the left knee. Take the sole of the left foot down. And again, just check that the front shin is vertical. And then keeping your hands down, tuck your right toes under, lift the right knee. Now shuffle the right foot a little bit further back. Keep the chest lifted. And then a few times lower your right knee and then re-lift it. Good, lovely. And then next time you lift the back knee, keep it lifted. Keep your right hand down on the brick or the floor. And then start to turn your ribs, turn your chest to your left and reach the left arm up into a twist. Very nice. Take a slow and steady breath. And then start to lower your gaze, hand back down, lower the back knee. Slide your left leg back and then come back to all fours. So hands back on the ground, spread the fingers. And then from here, we'll come into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, lift your knees and come into down dog. As you come into down dog, you can bend one knee and then bend the other knee. Slowly to lengthen through the backs of the legs. Good. And then when you're ready, let both of your legs be still. Press your hands and your feet down. Take a slow, smooth, steady breath. Good. And then lower your knees and sit back on your heels. Now, if sitting back on your heels is not possible for you, come to cross legs instead. And then as you sit back on your heels or as you come into cross legs, we're going to come into a side bend. So if you're kneeling, drop your right sitting bone to the floor. And then wherever you are, take your left hand out to the left side, reach the right arm, flip the palm, and then take that right arm overhead into a side bend. Good. Take a moment here, take a slow breath, feeling that length through the right side of the torso, all the way from the outer hip, right the way through to the fingertips. Good. And then gently back to center, and then we'll switch sides. So if you're kneeling, drop your left sitting bone to the floor. And then wherever you are, take the right arm out to the side, reach the left arm, and then take the left arm overhead. Lovely. Good. And then gently back to center. Make your way to sit. And take the soles of your feet together and your knees wide. Your hands can either come to your shins or to your feet. Squeeze your heels and then pull the chest forward. So you're folding towards the ground. The torso folds over the legs. Good. And then a couple of slow, steady breaths. As the heels squeeze, feel the inner thighs. Well done. And then gently start to ease back up. Make your way to sit. Hands to thighs, close your eyes. Take a slow and steady breath. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Well done. Well done for taking care of yourself, for stretching out. It's so important as a runner to keep mobile and to keep supple. So well done for practicing. I will see you soon.